Hi, my name's Wade Stewart, and I'm the author of A Personal Retreat, and today I would like to talk to you about how to accomplish more with a schedule. In the Personal Retreat, I provided a wealth of information on finding the most important areas of your life to improve and creating goals that can address those areas. What I have today are the tools to ensure completion of those tasks, which help you achieve your goals, a schedule. Now, before we start, I want you to bear with me because as we learn this process, I'm going to ask you to schedule everything. This can be your lunches, your tasks, your breaks. We're going to fill that calendar up. Now, as you get used to using a schedule, you can then focus a little bit more on scheduling the tasks rather than every little thing. Although it can be a comfort to do that because you always know what you're up to and you can help avoid becoming overcommitted. Have you struggled with your schedules? Do you have challenges in scheduling your day? You get started on scheduling out a whole day and then it just gets overwhelming and you get stuck. Or maybe you're okay with making the schedules, but it's just sticking to them. You start by making progress on these little tasks, but then something happens, you fall off track and you just couldn't recover. Well, this is a guide that's going to help you with both of those. I'm going to show you some ways on how to do time blocking. Now, time blocking might be something familiar to you already, but I have some slight changes which might make it easier. So first of all, to get started, you're going to need a scheduling tool. Now, some people like to use an online calendar like Google or Apple Calendar. Those are excellent tools. You may be the type that needs to use pen and paper. You're not very tech savvy. Totally fine. That can be very effective. I do have a couple tips for you if you do choose a pen and paper route. There's a book called Bullet Journal, which talks about how to use bullet pointed lists for your daily to do list. That can be a huge value to you. And of course, you can just use a straight up plain old list instead of a calendar. But if you do so, I want you to pay attention to that time block and make sure that you are working with the amount of time in a day that you're going to put toward all these tasks. Time blocking is all about choosing a block of time of a manageable size that you can focus on and commit to doing a task. Now, you pick a time block size that you'll use for your goals or your tasks. It might be really helpful to just start with 1 hour. And you can change the size of this time block later if you find that you have shorter tasks or you're going to need to make it larger. Now we get started with scheduling. We're going to schedule a week at a time just for starters. So the first thing we want to do is schedule the things that are fixed. These are the tasks you can't really change and you must do regularly. So what's the number one of these? Well, sleep, of course. We have to sleep. So we need to set that time aside first. How much time do you need to set aside? Well, everyone's a little bit different. So either choose an amount of time or the time that you need to be awake by and then just work backwards from there. Try to make this scheduled sleep time consistent 7 days a week. It's proven that a consistent 7 day a week sleep time is great for your health, so I definitely want to encourage that. Next is your work. If you have a fixed work schedule, this is the next best thing to add in. Don't forget to include time for your commute and lunch breaks. Any other tasks that you have that are fixed commitments can now go in. You'll want to enter those, like you might have some volunteer meetings, family, or business obligations that need to go in. Now we get to schedule our most important tasks. You may have tasks that are around exercise. So where can you fit in that 1 hour time block that you're going to be working out? This might be for a fitness or a weight loss goal. Another is education. Where can you put in the time that you're going to work on your lessons? This could be for some educational goal that you have for yourself. Be sure to add in a goal check-ins and calendar updates. You want to make sure that you keep this process going. Last, make sure you add tasks that are otherwise directly related to your goals, like phone calls, making appointments, or doing research time. Next are some tips on scheduling. Make sure to overestimate the time that you need to complete a particular goal. Rounding up to the hour can give some benefits, like it's easier to move that block around in case you have to reschedule it. And it's always better to have just a little extra free time. You might want to be aware of the times of day that you are better at doing some tasks than others. Some people, for example, are more productive in the morning. So maybe doing your workout in the morning should be changed to the evening, or vice versa. Ask yourself this: were you going to feel up to doing the task that you scheduled after the thing that it is that just comes before? So, for example, if you do your workout and then you plan to go grocery shopping, is that going to be the best fit for you? I know that for myself, I'm going to overbuy at the grocery store if I just worked out and I'm hungry, so maybe I'm going to switch those around. Now for using your schedule. I have some keys that'll help you commit to making your schedule work for you. They are, number one, keep making changes to the process until it works well for you. That means changing your time block sizes in case it gets too big or in case you just keep running out of time. And make sure to pay attention to when you do things like exercise or running errands in the example I gave before, which is the best scenario that's going to work well for you. The next tip is that makes it easier to commit is to schedule things that you enjoy. Scheduling out time for family or TV time is something to look forward to, as well as maybe taking yourself out to lunch or dinner as a treat. These can be good things to help you keep with doing your schedule. Also, for number 3, be willing to start your next task early if you get done ahead of time. And there's some great benefits to this. Personally, there's nothing more inspiring to get several hours of work accomplished in much less time than I had set aside for. I also really get excited to work on the next day's tasks if I get the things done that are right in front of me. And this allows you to adjust for more downtime or for getting more done. So either way, it's a win. If you start to feel overwhelmed, make adjustments. Be willing to take small breaks in between your tasks. And if your tasks are consistently taking longer than that 1 hour, then setting a new longer standard of time for your time blocking is probably a good idea. Use an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours if you need to. Please contact me if you have questions about these tips, or you'd like to share what tips that you might have that you've used to manage your schedule. Thank you for watching.